Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Now relax and post whatever your third eye revealed in the chat. I'm projecting the picture now. Somebody is very broad smiling. Perfect manifestation. Christopher, I will post the link, Christopher. Sorry, Christopher. Yeah. Tree and bird. So perfect manifestation. Yes. Now, I request all of you be on camera. And now, what are all you are learning about unclutching? Let me know your questions. What is your understanding so far? And let the unclutching happen in you. How? What are the decisions that you have taken to practice unclutching? So if you just revise once, unclutching is what? For those of you who joined just now, or for this darshan onwards. So unclutching is a space of complete restful awareness, where you are not clutching onto any thought, emotion, anything. You're not carry forward the emotions of any thoughts to further. Next thought. Most of us are prisoners of our past. We repeat the behaviors we are familiar with, even though they are tough, even though they are giving suffocation, suffering, but because they are familiar, we repeat it. This results in feeling that life is a tough. Life is tough. Life is boring. Life is repetitive. That we never experience anything good, anything new. But when we start unclutching, each moment becomes fresh, exciting, and filled with possibility. Unclutching is being unclutched. You won't find dictionary meaning in the Oxford Dictionary. This is Swamiji's coined word. When you are not, what does it mean? Definition or what? When you are not transferring the stress, the load created by any one thought to the other thought and carrying that load constantly for good. Usually what is happening with us is we carry forward the load and the stress, all the emotions of load of emotions, we carry forward from one thought to the other. And we constantly transferring the thought. That's why it becomes so heavy, because we are loaded with so much of emotion, transferring all this emotion to the next thought, and that inner space become insensitive. Because it is loaded with so much of emotions. So naturally, it sinks into depression. It sinks in restlessness, irritation, all that, boredom, you name it. There's so many words. So basically, all these are negative emotion, which feels us life is tough, life is boring, life is loaded. You do not connect one thought to the other, unclutched. So when you are unclutched, you stop carrying the stress and negative emotion from one thought to the other thought. When you don't carry the stress and the suffering, negativity, all that pressure, restlessness from one thought to the other, naturally you experience what you truly are, that is peace inside, bliss inside. That is what our scriptures say, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The gap between the two thoughts is what the space we need to increase. Thoughts, between the thought, the neutral space, that space we need to increase while practicing. So what are all the ways you can unclutch from? And see, many of us do not do the practice because that's a regular commitment and I don't have time. I'm already occupied. So much is there on my plate. These are the thoughts that goes on. But understand this unclutching. I have received some comments earlier when I'm talking to people about practicing unclutching or any technique. Practicing unclutching you can take. So they say, I'm going to vacation. After coming back from vacation, I will do this. I'm busy with the vacation, or I'm busy with the work, so-and-so place. So I asked them only one question. Are you taking your mind with you or not? Are leaving at home and going? You're going on a vacation. You're taking your mind with you. And also, you don't stop anything because when you're going for vacation, you don't stop eating. You don't stop, cleaning yourself, refreshing yourself. Everything you do, how much ever busy you are, isn't it? You don't stop anything. And your mind is always with you. Whether you go to vacation, whether you go to, as long as this body is there, mind is there with you. Whether you are in this country or whether in a different country, whether whichever country you are, the mind is there with you. That means the Lord is there with you. That will not let you live vacation, live life, or do work properly the way you are expected, you are capable of. So, to avoid this confusion, you start practicing small. See, regular commitment is the ultimate. Like say, I practice unclutching 21 minutes every day. If you think that you are not able to do, or even if you're doing that at one point of time, particularly every day you're doing that, but still, throughout the day, whenever you remember you are going through low, just unclutch. A minute, a few seconds here, a few seconds there, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, throughout the day, whenever you remember, whatever you're doing, you're washing the dishes, you're standing in the queue, doing office work, your mind and these thoughts are always there with you. It is anytime, any place you can do, isn't it? Do you agree with me? Doesn't need to have a separate room, meditative room. That also you can do. But this also, unclutching should grow in you all the time, throughout the day, to experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi, to experience Paramashivoham. Practice is, it's not like I'm busy with this work, so I can't do that work. No, you're busy. Your mind is with you. As long as your mind is with you, as long as mind is putting you. So question yourself, am I blissful? Am I totally in the present now? Am I completely focused, giving my full authentic self to the job that I'm doing now? Question that. If not, then what is that emotion that is? If you are not giving means you are in the past or in the future. If you're not in now means what? You are either past or in the future, isn't it? Then what is, when you are in the past, surely certain emotion is giving you stress, load, all that. So the moment you remember you, the moment you bring your awareness, start practicing unclutching. It doesn't matter. Next moment you may forgot and gone, case somewhere lost. Again worry started, again something about some anxiety started. That's fine. Again you practice unclutching. How much hour, how many times see, understand, initially it doesn't look like you're not, the teachings are not working, I'm not progressing. Do not give this cognition. It is like a virtual spiral. The progress is virtual spiral. What do I mean by that? Imagine a virtual spiral, a cone-shaped spiral. Okay, like this. The way you're going up, the spiral is decreasing the round. So when you're in the round, so at the bottom, when you start practicing, the spiral is big, isn't it? So it looks like you're looping, you're like no progressing, there is no progress visibly seen. So you're like going, I'm practicing, I'm doing, but I don't see. You will visibly, you will see some, but the expected, whatever you are expecting. So it looks like you are still the same person, you're still having that emotions coming in, all that. So, but understand you are in the circle. When the circle will end and move up to the next circle. And then that next circle will reduce the length. That circumference will be reduced. Are you able to visualize what I'm saying? And then you persistently, you go on practicing the virtual spiral circles reduces. But when it gives us feeling that we are not growing, we are not, much progress is not happening, but do not quit the practice. Keep on doing it. You will see the perceivable result. Initially, it doesn't look like you are not seeing the perceivable results, but you will see the perceivable results when you persistently doing that. If you quit, you go back to the same old patterns. You only start strengthening the patterns, and this life cycle goes on, and there is no possibility of experiencing Paramashivoham. You lost the opportunity of Paramashivoham, experiencing the Paramashivoham. We don't know how. Again, how many life cycles we have to take. When the avatar is here, giving you initiations, we need to be ready to receive that with our practice. The avatar did the 80% of the job, but we also need to do some 10-20% of the job to prepare ourselves to receive that energy. Otherwise, it looks like the sun is showering the whole world. But if you're sitting in the closed door and say that sunlight is not there, is not correct. You close all your windows, doors. And you can't say sun is not there out. It is you have to open the doors and windows to let the sun shine in. So you are loaded, or your chakras are blocked, you are loaded with so much of negative thought currents, patterns, behavioral thought pattern. You are no way, the connection is not happening. No way you are receiving anything. So sadhana is the practicing unclutching is a must every day. Whenever you remember, do not bring in guilt. Oh, last 2-3 days I didn't practice. I'm lost somewhere. It's okay. Don't move on to any other thought again. Again, you're in. Just then and there start unclutch and move on. Bring in awareness again and again and again, and practice unclutching again and again. Like completion technique, you don't need to write. That also you need to do. Each technique has advantages, so many aspects of our patterns it addresses. All are given by Paramashiva only. Right? So each technique, each process has got and addresses certain aspects of our patterns, of our being. Now, any questions, please do let me know. So then we move into understanding what are all the ways, levels of unclutching. We are going to listen. Is it clear so far? Can I have a thumbs up? All right. So now we are going to learn what are all the ways we can unclutch.
Basic sacred secrets about life. What is life? What for life? More and more you try to seek answers for these questions, you become seeker. More and more you try to answer these questions for others about life, you become philosopher. What is life? But these questions remain for life, untouched forever. For the outer world comforts, you don't need to reinvent whatever is already invented. You can use the same thing. But for the inner world enlightenment, you need to discover your religion individually and independently. These questions, what for life is, what is life, what for life, these questions raise the intensity of life in you, brings authenticity to your living. I discovered answers to these questions inside me. But I will not do the mistake of giving you answer. I'll give you the process through which you can discover the answer within yourself. Please understand, if I give you the answer, it will not be your own answer. Any philosophy given ready-made, like a teaspoon feeding, is not going to become part of you, is not going to be enlightening you. It may be a philosophy, it may be a bookish knowledge, maybe you can be like a librarian sitting with it, but it is not going to become part of your life. My answer to this question, what is life, what for life, will no way be useful for you. You need to find your own answer. I can only give you the process. The process I am offering to all of you to find answers for the basic questions of life is unclutching. Understand this word unclutching. This word does not exist in Oxford Dictionary. Please understand, this word is my contribution to the English language itself. For the English language itself, this word is my contribution, because this word does not exist in Oxford Dictionary. It does not exist. One day early morning, like intuition, suddenly this word has flowered in me as a Mahavagya. Mahavagya means the ultimate truth, the ultimate statement. Each Mahavagya is the punch dialogue from one Upanishad. It is a punch from one Upanishad. Each tradition have their own Mahavagya. There are so many Mahavagyas. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Prajnanam Brahma, Brahmaivahamasmi, Ayamanma Brahma. In Saiva tradition, Saiva Sampradayas, Shivoham. There are so many Mahavagyas. Please understand, this word, unclutching, is the ultimate spiritual truth. This process, unclutching, can directly upgrade your very consciousness. Today, through this webinar, I'll present unclutching as a technique, method to upgrade your consciousness, raising your inner space. When you upgrade your consciousness, raise your inner space, become more authentic, hundreds of good side effects happen, like you become healthy, you become wealthy, you become a leader, you become more intelligent, you become more balanced. Thousands of things happen in you as the side effect of upgrading your consciousness. Today, I'll present unclutching as a powerful process to upgrade your consciousness. Understand these three words, then you will be able to Catch the truth of unclutching. Clutching, disclutching, unclutching. Clutching, disclutching, unclutching. Clutching means, holding, getting attached. Disclutching means completely getting disconnected, breaking. Unclutching means moving back to clutch anytime when it is needed. Understand? When you shift your gears, you need to unclutch. Disclutching won't work. Disclutching means it can be breaking. Even if the gearbox breaks, if the gears break, if the shaft breaks, disclutching can happen. But after the disclutching, the possibility for clutching again may not exist. Here, with unclutching, you move out. But to unite again whenever is required. Continuously, you are clutched to your body, to your mind, to your emotions, with so many things. Now, I can say even with your Facebook identity, Twitter identity, even with your Twitter name, you identify yourself, clutch yourself. With Facebook identity, you clutch yourself. You clutch yourself with thousands of things. The ideas your mind creates, the idea of joy, idea of pain, idea of pleasure, with so many things you clutch. Unclutching, even if it is practiced sincerely in a very small level, brings so much of awakening in you. Please understand, even very little level, if you can practice unclutching, it brings so much of awakening. What is unclutching? Let me describe just in few statements. I have described about unclutching for hundreds of hours in my various discourses. Everything is available in the YouTube. I sincerely recommend all the seekers to spend little time in YouTube, in my channel Live Bliss Foundation. You can hear hundreds of hours of my descriptions and discourses on unclutching. I have given thousands of definitions of unclutching. Even in the Twitter, I have defined 55 definitions of unclutching. Now I will give you a very simple, straight process of unclutching. When a thought rises in you, without supporting it, encouraging it, entertaining it, or being entertained by it, relaxing from it. Please understand. When a thought rises in you, without entertaining it and without being entertained by it, without encouraging it, without being excited by it, just relaxing. If you start relaxing from the thoughts which are rising, you will experience freedom. from the identity which you created. Please understand, experiencing freedom from the identity you created means healing thousands of wounds you are carrying inside. Millions of possibility for pain, suffering you are carrying inside. Constantly you create shaft of thoughts with thoughts of pain, joy, pleasure, shaft of thoughts. Please understand. The center, each block is an independent thought. First you have pain, then joy and pain mixed, then pain, then joy, pain and joy mixed, then pain, joy and pain mixed, joy. Kind of a different thoughts. Please understand, in the center, each block is considered as one thought. I am trying to visually describe. Each block is one thought, each block is one thought. By putting all these blocks continuously, you create the shaft. You can name that shaft as a mind or ego or identity, whatever you want you can call it. Your inner shaft, your mind is made up of many independent thoughts. But unfortunately, you don't have awareness to look at your mind as it is. Buddha says very beautifully, original mind is Nirvana. Mind as it happens is already unclutched. But unfortunately, you pick up from the independent thoughts and create your own short view about yourself. Very narrow idea about your life. You don't look at your mind as it is happening. You don't look at your life as it is happening. You either try to believe your whole life was pain, or sometime you try to believe your whole life was joy. One of the biggest achievement I feel pride and happy is whenever I look back about my past, I don't have any idea about it. I neither feel it was always joyful, nor feel it was always painful, and no feeling at all. Please understand. If somebody comes to me and asks, Swamiji, give me one gift, the best thing you have in your life. If somebody asks for it, I will choose only this. Gift of not feeling your past as a chain of joy or chain of pain. Because I do not feel my past as a chain of pain or chain of joy, I just know my future is also free, just like my past. But unfortunately, every human being tries to develop an idea about their past as pain or pleasure. When you talk to others, you try to create a shaft. Sometime, if you are in that sad mood, you say, from the birth I was abused. You tell all your stories. Continuously you connect the pain memories, pain thoughts, and feel your life as a pain. Please understand, one of the biggest danger in the life is when you believe something and repeat it again and again, that becomes your reality. I can give you one small example. If you can walk 3 kilometers without gasping for breath, for 10 days, go around and tell all your friends, family, everybody, strongly, authentically, I can walk up to 10 kilometers without gasping for breath. First 2 days you will feel it is a lie. Try 10 days. Repeat the same thing. You know you can only walk 3 kilometers, but go on repeating. I can walk 10 kilometers. Tell your friends, family, everybody, just brag. It's very easy. See, after a month, you will really be able to walk more than 8 kilometers. Your capacity drastically increases. Please understand, whatever you repeat again and again and again becomes your reality. That is why again and again I am insisting, don't repeat your life as a pain. Don't write your biography as a long pain shaft. No, because if you repeat your life as a long pain shaft, you will project the same pain shaft on the future also. When you look deep, you will see each pain you claim happened in your life is an individual incident. When you connect all of them and see, you create tremendous suffering for yourself. Stop connecting and creating that shaft. Stop continuously creating pain shaft or pleasure shaft in your life. Unclutching is a powerful, self-sufficient guide to your enlightenment, to upgrade your consciousness. Please understand, unclutching can be self-sufficient guide to your enlightenment, to upgrade your consciousness. Unclutching not only changes the way you perceive the reality, it transforms the reality itself. Please understand, not only it changes the way you perceive reality, it changes reality itself, because it is a very powerful process, touches the source where the perceiver and perceived both come out. There are many methods, techniques which works only on the seer, not the seen. Unclutching, it's a technique which works on the source from which seer and seen both comes out. Whenever I talk about unclutching, traffic jam happens in my throat, because so much need to be told, so much needs to be added. Unclutching is the ultimate meditation technique. It can directly upgrade your consciousness. Please understand, purpose of the human life is to upgrade your consciousness. Temples, rituals, religions, sacred books, everything Everything is just for upgrading your consciousness, raising your consciousness. The very reason of your human body, existence of your human body, is to raise your consciousness. See, when your consciousness raises, automatically you become leader of your life, Lord of your life. You become God for yourself, Ishvara for your life. Becoming Ishvara of your own life is the basic necessity for every human being. You need to become Lord of your life. You need to raise your consciousness. Unclutching liberates you instantaneously. Immediately. This one process is enough. It is self-sufficient for whether you are a beginner or professional seeker or about to get enlightened. Unclutching is a complete technique for you. If you have problems related to your health, unclutch. If you have problems related to your wealth, unclutch. If you have problems related to your mind and the mental health, unclutch. If you have problems related to your relationships, unclutch. If you have problems related to your emotions, unclutch. If you have problems related to your consciousness, again the solution is unclutch. I'll give you the 9 levels of unclutching. Unclutching from the outer world, like problems and difficulties related to name and fame. Devotees, disciples, please note down in your book of heart. 9 unclutching. Please note down in your book of heart. 9 different levels of unclutching. First, unclutching from your outer world means when you have problems related to name, fame, money. If you unclutch, please understand, I am not saying you need to lose that money, name and fame. No. You will lose the problems and suffocations and stress, sufferings created in you because of money, name and fame. When the problems, suffocation, stress is removed, suddenly you have a pure inner space where you can create whatever you want in the outer world. Understand? Biggest asset any human being can have is free inner space, extra inner space. Whenever I give energy darshan to people, I just give them few hundred more acres of inner space, that's all. Extra inner space, just like Google gives storage space. Extra inner space is the ultimate wealth. Wealth is not the billions of dollars you have, or the relationships you have, or the bungalows, properties you have. The real wealth is extra inner space you have. the space you have inside, free space, in which you can do your creativity, you can do your creation, that extra free inner space is the real wealth. When you unclutch from the difficulties, stress, sufferings, suffocation created by money, name and fame, you achieve that ultimate wealth, extra free inner space. Second, unclutch from the outer world identities. The identities you carry, social identity, professional identity, racial identity, national identity. Sometimes you think you identify yourself based on your religion, your country, your race, your caste, your community, your creed. Please understand, this racial identity, national identity is responsible for millions of people dying every year in the planet Earth. World's worst terrorist on the planet Earth is racial and national identity. Please understand, largest number of deaths on the planet Earth is caused by racial and national identity. The moment you feel you belong to certain geography, you are ready to sacrifice your life for that geography. People die, especially youngsters. Millions die in the war fields. And without any guilt, without any even second thought, people kill people just because their national identity. Identity you create because of your geography. I tell you, most uncivilized act is killing people because of your racial and national identity. It is so unfortunate still human beings have not evolved from that low conscious of killing people, destroying people because of racial and national identity. Same way, the racial identity is responsible for all religious and communal terrorism. Unclutch from social, professional, racial, national identities, you will see so much of peace, joy, bliss happening in you. Universal intelligence awakens in you the moment you unclutch from low-level identities. The moment you unclutch from racial, national identities, immediately the universal intelligence awakens in you. Third, unclutching. Unclutching from thoughts, verbalization and visualization happening inside. Please understand, unclutching from thoughts means the verbalization and visualization happening inside. When you look in, the verbalization happening, the visualization happening in you are all thoughts. Unclutch from both. Continuously try to unclutch from both. You will see extraordinary powers expressing in you when you start unclutching from your verbalization and visualization. You will become yogi. Understand? Living as a yogi is life. Unclutched from verbalization and visualization. Whenever you remember, the verbalization happening in you constantly, the words moving, or the visualization happening in you, the ideas happening in you, unclutch from that. Even the boredom, feeling bored, restless, is also one more thought, one more verbalization, one more visualization. Unclutch even from that. And fourth level of unclutching. Unclutch from your emotions, pain and pleasure. Let me tell you from my own experience. When I fell from the horse during the horse riding and fractured my hand, just all I need to do is unclutching from that pain. I could see very clearly body was healing at least 5 times more faster than normal speed of healing. I tell you, I really felt so joyful. I felt so happy for my body. Wow, what a body to live with. Body which does not give you pain, friend who does not give you doubt, wife who does not give you instability, are all rare blessings. Body which does not give you pain is such a joy to live with that body. I know I don't have pain because I received the blessings of many yogis and did many techniques, but when you see that literally in your life as experience, I felt, oh God, what an achievement. I felt such big relief. I tell you, when you unclutch from pain and pleasures, not only you are free from it, even your health improves drastically. Fifth, unclutching. Unclutching from the inner world identities like parental conditioning, ahankara and mamakara. Ahankara means the idea you project about yourself to others. Mamakara means the idea you believe about you as you inside you. See, always the idea you project to others about you will be more than what you are. Mamakara, the idea you believe about you in the inner self is always lower than you. Idea you project on others, an idea you project on yourself. This ahamkara and mamakara your whole life is nothing but the fight between the ahankara and mamakara. Means the identity you project in the outer world and the identity you believe as you in the inner world. Unclutch from inner world identities, both the identities. Unclutch from the identity you project to the outer world, unclutch from the identity you believe as you in the inner world. Sixth level of unclutching. Unclutch from the biomemories. Means the very patterns you are carrying. Pattern of depression, pattern of pain, pattern of irritation, patterns of suffering, patterns of your own ideas. You need to realize the truth. You are not even orphan. Orphan means what? You are alone. Everybody else is your enemy. Here you don't need to realize that you are alone. There is no enemy. You are alone, but there is no enemy. If you are alone, how can there be enemy? Only if there are somebody else, there can be enemies. If you unclutch from the patterns to the extent till you realize there is no patterns in reality. In reality, you are alone. In reality, you are just existing. Kevala. Next, unclutch from body. Unclutch from body itself. Please understand. When you unclutch from your body, thousands of disorders you create by yourself, like arthritis, blood pressure, all this completely disappears. The seventh level of unclutching is unclutching from body. And eighth level of unclutching, unclutching from the idea of time. Unclutch day, night, morning, evening, midnight. Go on unclutching. Unclutch from the idea of boredom, feeling restless. Unclutch from the idea of time. I tell you, time is the greatest myth you are carrying in your life. That is the worst conditioning you are carrying. Actually, there is no such thing as time. Sun rises and sets, moon rises and sets, stars move, planet moves, life moves. That's all. Where is time? You rise, live, disappear. That's all. Where is time? Time is one of the myths like a clothes. You forget human body does not come with clothes. How many of you remember? I tell you, none of us remember. Human body comes to planet Earth without clothes, goes out without clothes. We think human body comes with clothes and goes with clothes. Just like a cloth, class is the illusion which has become part of your biomemory. Time is an illusion which has become part of your very consciousness itself. So unclutch from the idea of time. Ultimately, the ninth level of unclutching, unclutching from the very idea I. Unclutch from that very idea I. In every level of unclutching, in every aspect of unclutching, you will experience some new free dimension of you. You will experience some extraordinary experiences or expressions. I tell you, all the auspicious things of life and beyond life is achieved just by this one process, unclutching. just by this one technique, unclutching. Just this one technique, unclutching. These 9 levels of unclutching. The 9th level is unclutching from the very idea I. The I. The very idea I is the source of everything you experience, you perceive. Unclutching from that very source, the idea of I. You can start in these 9 levels, any one level. Because of the benefits and experiences you will have, simply you will move to next level and experience all 9 levels. Just like 9 levels of unclutching, I wanted to introduce 3 kinds of unclutching. Unclutching from the luxury activities, like activities may not be required for your life, which you do as a luxury, playing video games, luxury activities. Second, unclutching from existential activities. Means for your existence, you start doing many activities like going to your office, your profession. When I say unclutch, I don't mean you will stop those activities. Your body will be performing those activities. The sufferings and the stress caused by those activities will not be there in your body. That's all. In your being. Third, unclutching from the survival activities. Even the basic survival activity like a food, eating, sleeping, unclutching, even from those things. When you unclutch from the survival activities, please understand, I am not saying you will stop eating, you will stop drinking. No. All I am telling you is, you will live in unclutched space. Your body may continue the activities necessary for survival. Unclutching is the greatest life solution. Unclutching liberates you from all types of addictions. Unclutching is the most simple and ultimate technique. How much ever you hear about unclutching, unless you experience it, you will not know about it. I sincerely urge, inspire, encourage all of you to experience unclutching at least 20 minutes a day in the beginning level. From today, sit unclutched at least 20 minutes a day. You will see within next few days, unclutching helps you so much. It frees you from so many sufferings. It makes you matured so many ways. It upgrades your consciousness so much. You will start spending more and more time in unclutched space. Ultimately, your whole life will be in unclutched space. Unclutching makes you a leader, because when you unclutch, trillions of cells in your brain are awakened. Your highest inner potential energy, dormant cosmic energy, awakens to its peak. Unclutching is inner awakening. Unclutching is samadhi. Unclutching is meditation. Unclutching is inner guru. Unclutching is God itself. Unclutching is a subject. Subject need to experience this subject. In ordinary life, objects are experiencing the subject. In unclutching, subject need to experience the subject objectively. Subject need to experience the subject objectively. I'll lead you into the experience of unclutching now. After the experience, I'll answer few questions, your questions, the experiential doubts. Now, please understand the process. Now I am initiating all of you into unclutching as a technique, as a meditation technique. Sit in a relaxed way. You can sit in the chair or on the floor. Be comfortable, that's all. Anything is okay. Be comfortable. Sit in a relaxed way. Close your eyes, and any thought rises in your inner space. Decide you are not going to support that thought. You are not going to destroy that thought. You are not going to encourage that thought. You are not going to create a new thought without creating, maintaining, destroying. Sit, understand? When you don't do the job of Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, you become Parabrahma. When you don't do the job of creation, maintenance and destruction, you become one with existence. Now, just sit. Sit in a relaxed way. Close your eyes. Unclutch from every thought. Don't miss a single thought in your inner space. Don't be unconscious. Unclutch from every thought. When thought rises in you, just decide, I am not going to support it, encourage it. I'll just unclutch from it. I'll just distance myself from it. Just a simple will. I will unclutch is enough. The thought will lose power over you. After a few seconds, again some other thought may come. Unclutch from that thought also. Slowly, 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 after a few minutes, except the thought of unclutching, nothing else will be there. Unclutch from that thought also. Unclutch even from the technique of unclutching. When you unclutch honestly, authentically, automatically your Kundalini energy rises, your Kundalini is awakened, and your body may levitate. Whatever happens, let it happen. Unclutch from everything. Just be unclutched. I initiate all of you into unclutching. Let the unclutching happen in all of us. Don't miss even one thought in your inner space. Unclutch from every single thought and every single idea Do not create or maintain or destroy a thought. Just be unclutched. I sincerely recommend all of you, if you are a beginner, at least spend 20 minutes per day in unclutching. If you already tasted unclutching, intensify the quality of unclutching and increase the time of unclutching in your life. Due to time constraint, I am not able to answer many of your questions today, but I have answered hundreds of questions, all possible questions related to unclutching, and all those answers are available in our Life Bliss Foundation's YouTube channel. There is a separate playlist called Be Unclutched in our YouTube channel. You can spend a little time with those answers. That will clear many of your doubts. Unclutching is the purest form of meditation. Unclutching is the purest samadhi. When you are unclutching, you save yourself from thousands of problems, self-created sufferings, and you save the country from the crime caste. When you unclutch, you are neither violent towards yourself nor violent towards others. When you are not violent towards yourself, you bring peace and bliss to you. When you are not violent to others, you save crime caste of the country. So, every 5 minutes of your unclutching saves $1 for your country's crime caste. And I have a statistics I can give you. Minute for a Peace, Minute for the Peace website, which I inaugurated today, gives you the clear statistics. When you meditate for a minute, how much of crime cost you save, how many violent crimes you stop when you unclutch. You bring the best things to your life, and you bring the best things to your country, you bring the best things to your society, you bring the best things to the whole humanity. So I invite all of you to meditate, unclutch, save the planet Earth. Studies done on crime reduction around the world show that each minute of meditation reduces the cost of crime by 20 cents and reduces the incidence of crime by 0.0015%. So based on these calculations, our group of people, 3,000 people sitting with me every day meditate morning, 40 minutes, saves $17,000 in crime cost and prevents 12 violent crimes all over the world. Please understand, every day we are saving $17,000 and 12 violent crimes. We are stopping 12 violent crimes by our morning satsang and meditation. Now already all of you saved $17,000 in crime costs and prevented 12 violent crimes. So please meditate every day. Enter your meditation minutes in the website minuteforpeace.org. Minuteforpeace.org. Enter into that website. I bless you all. Let you all be unclutched and bring all the auspicious things to your life and to others' life. Please understand, teaching unclutching to others is the best service you can do. This is the greatest contribution you will make and make the difference in others' life. So I bless all of you. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share, explode in eternal bliss. Nityananda.
Nityanandam, everyone. So, how many of you remember the levels of unclutching? The 9 levels of unclutching? Can you type it? Can you type it in the chat? No, yes, outer world, money, fame, etc. First. Second, rational, beauty, personal, wonderful. Third, uncatching thoughts, relationships. Fourth, emotional, pain, suffering. Fifth, inner and outer world. Sixth, unclutching biomemory. Wonderful. 3 more to go. 7, unclutching body. Unclutching from the idea of unclutching. Wonderful. Unclutching from the idea of unclutching. Wonderful. That's wonderful that you remembered all. Wonderful. So now, one last segment. Swamiji has spoken elaborately and since last 20 years, he has been speaking about unclutching on various occasions. So from that, Swamiji has given 108 definitions for unclutching. So let's go over quickly of those 108 definitions. Definitions for unclutching. So the process of unclutching can directly upgrade your consciousness and raise your inner space. When you raise your inner space, you become more authentic, more healthier, more wealthier, intelligent, and as a leader. You grow in that. So there are three things: clutching, declutching, unclutching. Clutching means holding, getting attached. Declutching means breaking, completely getting disconnected. But here, unclutching is moving back to clutching only when it is needed. You are continuously clutched to your body, mind, and emotions with so many things. You clutch yourself with thousands of ideas created by your mind. You are clutched with your own idea of joy, own idea of pain, pleasure. And if you practice unclutching sincerely in a very small level, as I was discussing right earlier, even in a very small level, it will bring so much of awakening in you. You try to believe that your whole life was either pain or joy. Swamiji says, one of the biggest achievements I feel very happy and proud of is that whenever I look back at my past, I don't have any idea about it. I neither feel it was joyful, nor I feel it was painful. I have no feeling at all. I do not feel my past as a chain of joy or pain. I just know my future is also free, just like my past. But unfortunately, every human being tries to develop an idea about their past as pain or pleasure. When you tell all your stories, you continuously connect the pain memories, pain thoughts, and feel that your life as a pain. So now let's move on to, that's a brief that we discussed, 108 definitions of unclutching. Crushing the source into the expression is unclutching. Space not being contaminated by me is unclutching. The inner space, continuously me. Swamiji beautifully coined the word being is unclutching. When time is not bound by the space, it is unclutching. And unclutching means realizing the canvas is more powerful than painting. Ajapa of your very being, without any word or mantra, is unclutching. Easy and difficult, both are concepts. Realizing this is unclutching. Routine work or creativity, expressing intensity is unclutching. Anything, even if it's a routine work, if you are doing with intensity, that is unclutching. time and space collapsing into what is unclutching. Inner space reclaiming its original state is unclutching. Brushing the consciousness with conscience is unclutching. Having balanced intelligence even while you are watched or not, irrespective of whether you're being watched or not, having a balanced attitude, intelligence is unclutching. Non-involvement in the mental pressures and pains is unclutching. Understanding unclutching does not need mind is unclutching. Realization and reality is always one and the same, never separate. This is unclutching. God, self, world. Three things. The God, yourself, and world are all different words, not worlds. This is unclutching. God minus unclutching is world. Unclutching from unclutching is unclutching. World plus unclutching is God. Reality plus unclutching plus Guru's grace is unclutching. Inner space plus unclutching is enlightenment. Full awareness without any memory is unclutching. Moving from reality to real is unclutching. Marana to smarana. Marana is death, dying. To smarana, remembrance, is unclutching. When you move in to or from any dimension like time and space, time to space, to length, breadth, or depth, to time, any one dimension to 5 dimensions, right? Any dimension to any dimension, it is unclutching. When you move any dimension to any dimension, what naturally happens in you is unclutching. Not connecting thought and emotion, giving life to it is unclutching. Realizing future is past and past is yet to happen in the present void is unclutching. Past trying eat future is clutching. Stopping that is unclutching. When past threatens to have any power over you, it is clutching. Freeing you is unclutching. Unclutching is constantly happening. You need to do only resting in that unclutching. Experience evaporating the experiencer and the experienced is unclutching. When you push the past into the future, it is clutching. When you push the pure future into the past, in present is unclutching. Solid past melting into liquid present and evaporating into stream future is unclutching. Not making your words and forms into experience is unclutching. Experiencing inner awakening is unclutching. Understanding as a word is unclutching. Clutching it is unclutching. Sorry, catching it is unclutching. Subject looking into the subject objectively is unclutching. The frequency of the experiencer crossing the frequency of experience is unclutching. Past moving without the greed for future and future moving without fear into the past in present is unclutching. Greed's fear and fear's greed colliding in awareness is unclutching. Being loose and not knowing is clutching. And being and knowing and living with the knowing is unclutching. Burning the past with the fire of present and creating pure future is unclutching. trusting the possibility and living is unclutching. Looking at every situation with a deep, authentic, sincere awareness is unclutching. Dropping the conclusions you can't be transformed is unclutching. Realizing the dreamer is ID, is worker's ID, is waker's ID is unclutching. Experiencing the dream stuff is reality stuff is unclutching. Experiencing the dreamer in waking state is unclutching. See, each sentence can be a thesis subject, and we can do the thesis of each sentence of unclutching from Swamiji. We need to really dig deep and understand this experiencing. We need to experience this. Trying is clutching, doing is unclutching. Not letting the past swallow the future in present is unclutching. Unclutching is a powerful self-sufficient guide to your enlightenment, to upgrade your consciousness. It not only changes the way you perceive reality, it transforms reality itself. Unclutching is a very powerful process which touches the source where the perceiver and perceived both come out. It is the ultimate meditation technique. When your consciousness rises, you automatically become a leader of your life. You become God for yourself, Ishvara for your life. This we have seen. Yes. Any questions, please do let me know. We have to upgrade from every level. Yeah. See, basically, it going deeper and deeper into unclutching. When you start practicing, you will understand in all the areas how you're doing the clutching, be it health, be it in all aspects of life. See, whatever level that we clutch to our identity, even though Swamiji has explained in different levels, you can start working in all aspects of all these 9 levels simultaneously, right? If you have the health issue, start practicing. It may be in some level, right? If you have body pain is coming, or some you feel tiredness, start practicing unclutching along with completion and other things to get. So even though it is like different levels, Swamiji has explained, you can start practicing unclutching at See, some people, it depends on each person, isn't it? Some of you stuck with the health issues, some are stuck with the wealth issues, or both, or some relationship issues, or feeling not so worthy about oneself, a low self-esteem. In all aspects, whatever is not letting you live life blissfully, power manifesting, experiencing the bliss all the time. If it is not happening, start practicing. Listen to yourself in what area, aspect of life you're stuck. Is it what thought current you're stuck? So that has to happen. For the right technique to use, whether it's unclutching, completion, what area to work, first you need to bring your awareness to yourself. Remember yesterday you said about past, you need to have past. How do you know? It's really powerful. How do you know that you have that? Only when you bring some light into that. Listen to yourself. Oh, this is how things happen in my life. And this is what I cognize at that time. And this is what I'm repeating all my life. Now it's time to stop being that small child. Upgrade, as you said, yes, you need to upgrade at every level simultaneously. Not, okay, let me finish first level and then after that second level. It doesn't need to be simultaneously. Depends on what you're realizing. You start somewhere. You don't have to wait, oh, what are all the areas I'm stuck? No, today you're suffering with something. Today you're stuck with something. Start practicing right away. Then that will lead you to more understanding about you. Then upgrade yourself. That will lead you to more understanding about you, more listening to yourself. And you will get the more idea about yourself. Then when you know about yourself, again and again in all the topics, one thing we are understanding, we are operating our life unconsciously, isn't it? We are in darkness. We don't know. Many of the decisions that we take are unconscious. That's why the result comes as a shock. And we feel life is big, not fair, always problems. But what do you do about it? Do you know why the problem is coming? Do you know what are the exact problem you are facing? And do you know why the problems are facing? The question has to start. Then internalize that where the thought current you are, the root thought current you are implementing unknowingly, unconsciously into all aspects of your life. Catch that by listening to yourself and practice completion, practice unclutching, and move forward and more deeper. See, it took like how many, and we have seen people asking me, I've been doing this since last 3 years or 4 years, still not complete. Until you get enlightened, becoming like Swamiji, you still have to work because these patterns are from lifetimes. They're coming as vasanas. Some of them are so stubborn. And how many days you work? The 3 years compared to, say, for example, 10 years. Compared to your lifetimes, the few years is how many years? And how much intensity you did? You really made a decision? You really are focusing? You really are intense enough to do this? So it all matters on so many factors. Are you intense enough when you are practicing? Are you consistently practicing? Are you, first you made a decision, you believe in this? All this matters. All these aspects matter. You see the result. Don't bother about result. You see, you know the right technique. Upgrade yourself. Listen to Swamiji teachings again and again. Then you'll get same thing. Swamiji says, when an enlightened, when Bhagavan explained Bhagavad Gita, that is from an Krishna's, the enlightened being teachings, isn't it? Purnavata's teachings. It's not just one meaning to it. What we understand with our limited perception. It said every Sanskrit verse has 7 layers of meaning. The more we learn, the more we listen, the more we try to understand, the more deeper meanings we understand. Some of these deeper layers, only with the Guru's grace, we understand. All we are trying to understand is struggling is only on the top layer, one superficial layer. Even that, many of us struggling. But there are enlightened masters' words have got much deeper level meanings. That's why whenever a challenge, whenever you listen to Swami Satsang, it is not the same. You will not feel like you heard it already. You will get more and more clicks. It's experience of everyone. Yes, you heard this, but again you listen that and you see a different level of understanding. So the reason is when an enlightened being, avatar, speaks, it has got much deeper meaning, layers and layers of meaning to it, to address our being. So only when we consistently practice, not thinking that we know everything, I already listened to this. This is what our mind tries to convince us that you heard this talk, you heard this satsang already, you did this practice these many years. Oh, well, how many years the current state of you, it took so many years to become like the way we are right now. Then are you intense enough to clean up that mess that you created for yourself? You means all of it. So unclutching is a process. It's a verb. It's an action non-stop until we reach that ultimate. The beauty of the unclutching is you don't need to wait for the end results. If you are intense enough, committed enough, you will see the result while doing the process itself. You will start experiencing that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, glimpses of Nirvikalpa Samadhi while practicing itself. What Krishna in Bhagavad Gita described, it is essence is this. It is delivered in style and package that the present day human can accept, believe, and practice. So don't bring in your mind. Sadhana, tapas, means persistently practicing with will persistence. The core truth of unclutching is based on the fact that our thoughts are not connected to one another. Even thought is independent from the previous thought and displaces the previous thought in the mind. But our mind constantly links and it perceives a connection between all these. The links or shaft is a pain or pleasure. So whatever it is, a pain or pleasure, when the shaft or linkage is happened, whether it's igniting fear in us, or igniting greed in us, or expectation, regrets, it can lead to frustration, it can lead to any negative emotion. So all this suffering ceases once we understand that thoughts are unconnected, and yesterday's pain is different from today's pain. Even though you have the same wound, say, for example, you are suffering with some physical wound. The pain that you experienced yesterday is different than the pain that you are experiencing now. You cannot say the same pain. Yesterday pain is different from today's pain. What proceeded, whatever happened a year ago or yesterday, does not create the same result today. It is our clutching making the load of shock happening. When we start practicing unclutching, we are free from this bondage of our thoughts and the load of the shaft. So, but how many years we have been connecting this load? Okay, let's take the present lifetime. How many years we have connected this shaft, isn't it? It's all of us practice experience that, all my life, this is what happened, that is what happened. We know what Swamiji are talking about, right? So do not get discouraged. Consistently put in practice, practice, practice. That is the tapas. While doing our thing, you don't have to go to Himalayas, or you don't have to quit everything, the worldly life, and do. No, while living our life, regular life, how to live best life, how to live blissfully, the quality of life, the best life, by practicing these teachings of Swamiji. You don't, and at the end, with the grace of Swamiji, our connection deepens and he gives us the liberation. That is what is the purpose of life. Living the life with ultimate potential, ultimate bliss, quality of life, manifesting life, the way we want to live our life. You may want to become athlete, or you want to manifest more money, or you want to live with name and fame, whatever life that you want to live. Each one of us has got various aspirations of life. Whatever you want to have, it is possible. You don't need to feel we are a victim of life. Any thoughts? Many of us judge. Immediate result has to come. It will come. Are you intense enough? Really? Never question. Swamiji says one of the teachings, never question Pati, meaning Paramashiva, Guru. Never question Guru, his teachings. Question you, your intensity, your pattern. Then only you have growth. You question yourself. Are you intense enough? Are you practicing religiously? Are you listening to yourself? What is going on? Question you. Never question Pati. Question Pasha. Pasha means you. The Pasha means the bondage. The Pashu has the bondage. Pashu means the person. Its literal meaning is animal. If we behave like with so many patterns, we don't even have control, not even like a human being. Like Pasha, Pashu is a person who has the load of Pasha, the bondages. Question that. Listen to that. Understand that you have that. Then Implement the teaching. Do not question Pati and his teaching and come to a judgment and miss. It is you, your patterns are coming in the way. Listen to that, understand that. Then implement the various teachings, whatever suitable for you, working for you. There are various. Swamiji has given some 600 plus meditation techniques. And even unclutching also various ways. Right? There are hours of talks on unclutching. Last 20 years on various occasions I heard. I explained to you, right? In the beginning of this today's sessions, I explained you when I heard, I don't know when Swamiji started, but when I heard in USA, in Agape Church, there was a standing ovation for like 10-15 minutes. All 800 stood and clapped because their mind bogged with that powerful solution. They experienced instantaneously. And the next year also, again, they called for the talk when Swamiji back again to US. And again, Swamiji shared the more powerful cognitions on unclutching. So Swamiji had been teaching us various ways of unclutching. If something you are stuck, listen again and again and implement. So that's all for today. And tomorrow we're going to learn about the 4 powers, the inner, the 4 powers of our life. So any questions for today, let me know. Otherwise, I'll conclude the sessions for today. Let's pay our deepest gratitude to Swamiji. With the space of deep gratitude, let's conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tasat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, everyone. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Nithyanandam.